So back to the story I was telling. She wouldn't tell me when her friend got out of class, so I looked at her. I stared at her. It took me about 2 seconds of just staring at her. And I was like, she gets out at 3:15. And she was like, how did you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I'm scared. And I started freaking out. But it's been fine ever since then. Sometimes it gets crazy, though, because there can be a lot going on. There can be so many of a mixture of both, because, sometimes demons latch themselves onto ghosts, and then sometimes just normal people have angels attached to them, and it gets crazy. It's one hell of a headache, honestly, if you can't, tune it out, tune it off, shut off certain parts of it. You go fucking batshit crazy. But I can. Thank God. That suck. I can't imagine having all this stuff happen to me at once. I feel like that'd be really overwhelming. And when I first started, it started when I was I want to say 5 or 7, I think. No, I think it was when I was 6. I would have these dreams, and they were just insane, and I've always had weird dreams. And so that's how it started out, I was just having weird dreams all the time. And then this one night, I had a dream about... God, I'm going to sound so crazy. I had a dream about this demon. And my whole church prayed for me for I want to say a year. My whole church was praying for my dreams. And ever since then, it's just been crazy. Because all the stuff that I see, hear, I don't really hear stuff, I just more see it and feel it. But ever since my church has prayed for me for a year, that I've just been really, really in touch with it. So, then just the last so over the last 2 weeks, one of my friends had something, I don't want to say it because I just sound crazy, had something very negative attached to her. And one of my, she's not even my friend anymore. That sucks. All my friends are gone. But this other mutual friend of ours, she, through God, almost has the exact same thing I do, but not at such an extreme level. And she was like, I totally feel you. I understand. We're completely on the same page. And we had this whole conversation in our heads to each other. It was just crazy. We just looked at each other and we were like, yep. It was crazy. I didn't even know that was possible, but we just looked at each other and we were like... So then we got it unattached from her. I'm not going to tell you the story because I feel like that's not really my story to tell, but it was really, 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 really intense. And it tried to go, it was a demon, and it tried to go inside of her. It was just freaky, and it was not a very good experience for her at all. And then, I guess I'm debating if I should just say it. 'Cause it's if I'm gonna come out, I don't want to just half-ass it. If I'm gonna come out that I can do all these things, then I want to, just go all out. Okay, so I might as well just tell you. So she had the demon of self-doubt, is what we believed it was, and I'm pretty sure it was, because she tried to hurt herself a few times. So we were both we both started praying in tongues, and there was 4 of us, and it just got really intense. It was really intense, and ever since then, it's been a week and a half, no, it's been almost 3 weeks. So ever since then, my gift has been on edge. It's been on edge even more, I can see and feel even more than I could before. So now, if I just pull into a town, it's shit, kind of thing, you know? I think if you watched my video where I'm at the flea market, and I go into that one room, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. That's one of the situations where you can tell. So it can be like almost like towns and towns away from me that I feel stuff. And the amount of what I see has doubled too. We have a place called Old Town in my town. And me and her we were gonna go get some cookies, because we have this place called Mary Mountain Cookies, and it's really good. And we pulled up to this one, so it's an old-fashioned town, right? Or like, it's been there for a really, it's like historical. So we pull up there, and I'm just like, shit. And I look up in one of the buildings, and there's one. And I was just like, well, let's try to ignore it. And see, okay, that's the thing you have to notice. And I can explain this, because I've explained it to people before. Okay, ghosts feel like people, except for they're not visually there. Kind of. And unless you get, or ghosts feel like how they felt in real life when they were alive, except for the bad people who died, who then became ghosts, became bad ghosts, or, you know, like poltergeists and stuff, because they were bad in real life too. So it's more of an extension of their life, but they feel more like they're more curious, and they're really not harmful. So these ghost shows, I don't understand, what did these people do to make a ghost mad? Because they're really not, all bad, unless you get a ghost who was bad in his lifetime, because then they're bad in the afterlife too. So, and also, there's not a lot of, maybe I'm wrong about this, because I haven't been doing this for very long. I'm 22 years old, so maybe I'm wrong, but there's not a lot of ghost children. And maybe that's part of it is because I'm religious, but that makes sense to me, that there's not a lot of ghost children, is because normally, if children are under the age of, I think 7, that they just go straight up to heaven. So there shouldn't be a lot of ghost children, and I haven't really seen any, unless it's a really special circumstance where that child was just it was just really bad what happened to that child, or really sad. Then I feel like they stick around, but when they do, they're not bad, they're just kids, you know, fucking don't try to scare the shit out of them or something, just leave them alone. That's my huge thing I have with ghost shows, is especially with Ghost Adventurers. Do not get me started on those assholes. Do not get me started on them. I feel like they're I feel like they're legit, but the way they do it is just so wrong. If there's actual ghost in there, leave them alone. Unless they want to tell you their life story, don't invade their space. Fucking leave them alone. They're kind of just living, you know? Fucking just leave them alone. But if you get into a case where a demon is involved, or a demon is involved with a ghost, then it hurts the ghost spirits. It traumatizes them. There's just so much to tell about this. But yeah, in Old Town, there was a demon in one of the hotel. It's a really old hotel, and it's been there. It's on the very top of Old Town, because it's 3 floors. The very top floor, and I feel like it's been there forever. But then right across the street, there were 2 ghosts. There was an old lady who was cooking soup for her family. And then there was a guy in a vest, a top hat, and had a pocket watch, and I feel like because he's there all the time, I see him there all the time, and he just stares out of his window and, watches people, and I'm well, that's interesting, because I feel like he's, waiting for something almost, you know? But I don't know, because I've never had any of this stuff, like, confirmed or anything, so I don't want to say that I'm right about everything, because most of the time, usually I'm right, but let's just not say that I'm right about everything. So, yeah. Reading people. Oh, yeah, so ghosts feel like normal people, except for you can't see them. And they'll fuck with you and stuff, but they're not really bad, you know? They're just kind of there, just hanging out. You can tell if a demon is watching you. Usually most people know, because they get that dark, that menacing, dark, just horrible feeling, you know, when they're there. Most people, like, don't understand, or they're kind of like Dementors, if you guys have ever seen Harry Potter. But they're kind of like that. They just linger over you and make you feel like crap and make you want to kill yourself and make you hate people. They're just very dark and menacing, and just, you just feel nasty all of a sudden. And that's how you know, too, is if you walk into a room and you suddenly feel like you want to, like, kill someone, that is a very good sign that you are not alone in that room. Angels, you would know, because usually they tell you that you're going to see them, or usually you're prepared to see them. Because with angels, it's like, they are just all up in your face. They are freaking awesome. They're like, their eyes are piercing with color. It's crazy. I can't even describe that. I can't even describe angels for you. And I've only seen the face of one. The few times that I've seen angels, I've only seen... No, I haven't even seen the face. I've seen the eyes. But usually, if I see an angel, it's from, like, here down. You don't see the face. It's all, like... I don't want to say it's grayed out, but it's like, you can't see the face of angels. Unless they want you to. Like I said, I've seen the eyes of one, but it was coming, like, straight at me. No face, just, like, pure eyes. And this white mist. And I was just like, huh. And then, if you ever do experience that, it's like a very calming, relaxing, peaceful, I want to fucking go to sleep. I'm lying on a beach. And I'm in heaven right now, almost, is what they feel like. They're just very peaceful, and sometimes if you go into a hospital room where someone's just died and they were a good person, you might feel a calming, relaxing feeling. And that's kind of the lingerance of them. I guess that's all I can tell you about that. But, yeah, usually that's how it works. And people are going to comment on this so many things, but that's fine. Another thing that people in ghost shows, like, don't really seem to understand is, like, if you go into a cemetery, there's not demons in a cemetery. Not usually, because they're already dead. Like, where they're going is already decided upon. So, I mean, there'll be some ghosts, but honestly, I really haven't seen many ghosts in cemeteries. I've seen maybe a few, maybe a handful. But usually the ghosts, they hang out where, you know, there's people. Because they're people. Or they were people. So they're not gonna... Would you hang out at a cemetery if you were dead? Like, no. No, because you're gonna want to be around people. So I don't... That's another thing, that it's just like, well, you're just stupid, because I call bullshit on that. It doesn't even make common sense. Like, why would a dead person want to hang out with other dead people when they would want to be among the living, right? That's kind of why they're still here, you know? Like, yeah. It's another thing I call, never seen it. I've never seen any ghost, like, animals before. I don't know if that's because they don't necessarily go to heaven or hell, but never seen one. Probably never will. If I do, if I'm wrong, if there's someone who sees my YouTube videos and is like, she's bullshitting, it just could just be because I don't know any better. Because I've only, like I said, it started when I was 7. I've never talked to anyone about it. I've just maybe told 3 or 4 people people I've gotten to know over the years. I actually have this one friend who's not really a friend, who's kind of just fucking there in my life for no apparent reason other than to make me feel like a slut. But he's like, he says he can feel other people's pain. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to discount you because I feel like that's possible. But it's like, I don't know. Sorry. So yeah, if any other time in my video you find me staring or looking around, then there's something else going on, so don't get like, what the fuck is she doing? Just so you know that that's what I'm doing. I'm just checking, I'm surveying. And sometimes since that stuff has happened over the last, 3 weeks, it has just been, I have been on edge. I'm a donkey on edge! But it has been crazy. So, since then, I've been even more. And I feel like I'm almost losing my ability to read people because there's so much else going on. And I really like reading people. I like to be able to walk in a room and be like, oh, they're feeling this, this happened to that person, that is going on in their life, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like I'm losing that ability because there's just so much other stuff that's going on, and I'm not perfect at blocking stuff out and tuning stuff in, because I've never had any mentors or anything to be like, hey, you need to practice, because I know you have to practice. If you don't practice, everything just gets mixed in together. I mean, usually the demons are always separate, though, because those are just so distinctly horrible that it's separate. But it's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's really cold. But yeah, it's different. I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. And being sarcastic and being funny is my coping mechanism. So that's why I'm so weird all the time. I'll let you guys go.